I'm going to get into basically how you can get out of being intimidated by what we call pretty women. Pretty women. But the prerequisite is this understanding. First and foremost, these women who are doing all this stuff to look pretty. You got to get a tan. On top of the tan, you got to get a certain type of makeup. You got to do this to your eyelashes. You got to do this to your hair. You got to make sure that you're covering all your blemishes. You got to wear a push-up bra. You got to wear a certain type of heels. If you're not wearing heels, you got to wear a certain type of pants. All to accentuate your beauty, right? But in the reality, you're not accentuating your beauty. You're only adding on. But when you add on to something, it's artificial. It's not original. It's not authentic. It's generic. So all that shows is your own insecurity. So first, understand this. Men, women are inherently insecure. I can't really explain why. I don't know. I can merely postulate, but I'm not going to get into that for the topic of this discussion. It's more about men. We need to understand that these women who have all this fake stuff going on, that's not actually what she looks like. So when you walk up to a woman, you need to understand that you have to kind of think about what she would look like after the shower or when she wakes up, because that's what she really looks like. So remember that. But if you can't understand that, then you're not going to really get the rest of this video. So get my ideas going. Most men are intimidated by women. But what most men don't understand is that women, on average, are not comfortable in their own skin. They're not comfortable in their own bodies. So let's go with the first one. Women are not comfortable in their own skin. Now, a hero, he's on his journey, and his journey at the end, he's supposed to slay the dragon. But this dragon comes to find out in reality, not that ferocious, actually kind of timid, acts like they're, about to kill you, but they really won't. They are more docile and not so ferocious. The knight or the hero should be like, dang, you know what, this is actually an easy job. But because he believes that this dragon is actually ferocious and wants to kill him, he's actually afraid and he hesitates to actually get into that cave and go slay it. But if he only knew that this dragon was really kind of faking it, then he wouldn't have such a hard time. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. The modern woman, she acts like she's confident, right? She acts like she is one to be intimidated by. But in reality, it's merely just a gas up. It's merely just a veneer. It is all a smoke and mirrors game. She's playing a game because under all that makeup, under all that fake this and that, it's merely a house of cards. The house of cards is her body, her face. She covers it. She contorts it. She tweaks it. She doctors it. She filters it. She edits it. She makes it seem like that which it is, but that which it is actually not. Because she's not that thick. She's not that pretty. Because when you take off all the features and the ads and all the add-ons, all the push-up this and that, all the heels that accentuate this and that, all the concealer, when you take all that away, she's average. She's average. She might be kind of pretty, but she's kind of average. So think about this, man. You see that girl at the gym. You see that girl at the bus stop. You see that girl at your workspace. You guys know that girl I'm talking about. The girl who you're not necessarily attracted to, but she's all right. She's cool. You kind of treat her a little bit differently, right? But when you see that other girl that everybody's looking at, she kind of floors you, right? You're kind of intimidated. But why? What's the difference between the one at the workspace and the one that you saw at the gym per se, or the gas station. The only difference is makeup. The only difference is a lot of times either makeup or how she's contorting her body, the heels she's wearing, or how tight her pants are. Like, are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me? Are you gonna let this like, do you not understand you're being duped? You're being hooked with, she's putting a spell on you. This is not actually what she looks like. Why do you think women spend so much money on trying to get and amass so much products like that? Vanity products, right? It's funny, it's in the dang on name. She's trying to get you to believe that which is not. She's trying to get you to fall for her trick, her trap card, which is, look at my self-image that I have doctored, that I have made sure is exactly how I want it to be. But don't forget, I take all this stuff off when I go home at night. This is the dragon who you think is so ferocious, but this dragon is self-doubting itself. This dragon is insecure. This dragon doesn't actually believe they are the way they look. This dragon, in reality, is not that hard to conquer. Men, if you understood this, you would have a different mentality. And what's the mentality you should have? See, when I see a woman who looks your prototypical way, not prototypical, but typical way, I'm like, first off, it's not even authentic. You guys all look exactly the same. There's a formula to this fashion of beauty. It's this modern way. It's like, okay, I fake the way I look. I fake my eyelashes. I fake everything about me to attract a bunch of men. Like, there's nothing authentic or original about that. It's pathetic if you ask me. Because what you're saying is, I want to align myself with a certain type of beauty that everybody has, but that's not real beauty to me. Real beauty is unique. Real beauty is authentic. Real beauty is a dime a dozen. It's not, oh, I'm going to do the Kardashian look or the Billie Eilish look or the insert celebrity here's name. Like, no, do your own thing. And what does your own thing look like? It's your own face. It's your blemishes. It's the fact that you're working on it. It is a work in progress. Your own thing, your uniqueness is who you are. It is not what you cover. It's not the cover up. It's what you cover up. But it is not the cover. This is not who you are. So when I'm looking at a woman, I'm thinking like, I mean, to be honest, I feel a little bit sorry for her. I got pity for her. I'm going to have compassion and saying, look, maybe this is a woman who I need to step out of that low way of thinking, that very downtrodden way of thinking, that I'm not good enough. Maybe this is a woman who has potential to be like, dang, like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't feel so embarrassed about how I look. Maybe I shouldn't feel so sad about my own face. Maybe I might want to work on it. Maybe I might want to improve and hold myself more accountable. Thanks, James, for helping me see that. Now, if I meet a woman and it gets to that conversation and she's not about that, then thank you, lady, for telling me that you don't want to grow at the moment. You're not willing to accept any criticism. These are women you throw away. Obviously, for another man who might catch them at the right time where they can improve, but right now she's wasting your time. She's a waste of time, and with regards to you. But men get so caught up in the quote-unquote beauty. But in reality, that quote-unquote beauty is actually fake. In reality, she doesn't even believe that herself. In reality, most women are chasing the pinnacle picture or caricature of beauty that nobody actually really meets. You're literally falling into a feminine mindset. You're acting like a female because you're believing what the females believe, which is that in order for me to feel comfortable in my own skin, I have to fake and cover up my skin so that I can seek validation from men and women who will call me empowered for faking how I look. And they will say, I want you to love me for me, right? This is a very solipsistic, psychologically almost crazed way of thinking. There's something very, very wrong about that. Because it's contradictory, it's paradoxical, but yet it's delusional and it's empowered, right? This is sad. These women need help, and hopefully you can be that. But why should you be looking at situations like the helper as opposed to the opposite? And what's the opposite? The taker. See, the man who's taking and the man who's trying to get something out of the woman, he feels almost like there's a sense of urgency, which is going to make him needy. He feels like, dang, he's really missing the opportunity. And the urgency of that is going to make him kind of be like a little bit eager and kind of like aggressive. No, you got to be laid back. You got to be calm, cool, collected, because at the end of the day, I know what I provide. I'm not trying to take your beauty. I'm not buying into that beauty. Most men are going to buy into that. Most men are going to be like, dang, like this is a catch right here. I better get it for somebody else. Says, look, like when you take all that off of her, when you take the crazy leggings that like make her butt do this and that, when you take off the push-up bra that make her boobs do anything, or if she even has any, when you take off all this stuff that shows that when it actually shows the stress of her face, how much sleep she's got the last week. When you take all that stuff off, what are you left with? Somebody who looks almost just as good as you. Somebody who looks normal. See, you got to look past all that stuff. Because what was I getting at? Either you're going to be trying to take from her in a position of urgency and, she's out of my league and I got to get no. Or you're going to be like this. Look, I know what I got and it clearly shows. I know what you got and you need some work. Let me try and put you on game. Let me try and put you in a better position and elevate your mindset and who you are. Let me try and help you fix your self-image. See, I'm doing you a favor. And that's how you got to be with women. And I mean no disrespect, but when you're dealing with the woman, you have to feel like you have what it takes to guide and lead. Otherwise, you're going to come from a position of taking. You're going to come from a position of trying to extract as opposed to trying to provide. And when you come in the opposite by the way of trying to provide, you already know what you have has value. So when you already know what you have has value, you're going to be a better salesman when you're selling yourself, when you're walking up to wherever you walk to. Because you know at the end of the day, you got a product, and you don't even necessarily need to advertise it because you're going to sell it. You already know how good what you have is. And what is it? You got that program that's going to be like, dang, I'm different. I know that I can take this woman in a better position and mentally. I know I can make this woman, in a sense, better because she can cultivate her original, authentic self-image. I know I have what it takes to challenge a woman because I'm leading by example. I'm not wearing makeup. I'm not faking the funk. I'm confident in where I am. I'm confident in my ability to lead. I know I take care of myself. I take care of my surroundings. I got it going on. I might be a work in progress, but at least I'm working on it. This woman, on the other hand, she's so confident about how she looks, right? She gets all this validation about how she looks. But that's not how she looks. See, we give into this lie. You don't look like that. You don't look like that. You're faking it. You're a fake. You're a phony. Let me help you out of that. Let me bring you into a higher state of consciousness. Let me show you a better way. See, you got that juice. You have the real juice, because the real juice, that real confidence comes from what's right and what's wrong. Comes from wisdom. It comes from your ability to guide and discern and to be that leader, that beacon. That's where the real confidence comes from. So don't ever be intimidated by some woman who fakes like she's confident when in reality she is not. You should learn to check yourself and see if you have what it takes to lead a person like that out of their own delusion, out of their own insecurity, so that she can be secure as you guide her. But if you can't do that, then maybe you should be intimidated. That's another thing. But I'm only speaking towards the men who kind of like understand this. All right. So that's the end of the video. Peace.